Welcome to the Big Kitchen, the cooking show where you can either get big or get shredded depending on your goals. I'm your host, Strand, and today we're going to be making the ultimate anabolic protein muffin. The ingredients we're going to be using today: cream of rice, whey isolate, coconut milk. We're going to be using coconut spray. I'm using salt, honey, baking powder, cinnamon, and blueberries. The macros for this batch of muffins: per muffin, we're gonna make 9 muffins. So each muffin is 85 calories, 14 grams of carbs, 0.5 grams of fat at 0.5, and 7 grams of protein. Okay? So this is gonna make 9 muffins, guys. So let's get into it. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take 125 grams of cream of rice. We're gonna put that into our bowl. We're gonna get 2 scoops of whey isolate. I'm using the Pro HD vanilla flavor. Now, I've experimented with different flavors, and I think because this is a blueberry muffin, the vanilla goes the best. It's the best flavor for this muffin batch, but of course you can use any flavor you want. The next thing we're gonna use is the coconut milk. So we're gonna be using 1/2 of a cup. We're going to be using the salt as well. So this salt, we're going to put a total of 1/4 of a teaspoon in this batch, but I'm going to be putting half of it in now and the other half on top. That's optional. I just like having the flavor of the salt on the top of the muffins. So we'll save the rest of this for later. Okay. Next thing we're going to use is honey. Now, if you want to bring those carbs down a little bit, you can also use stevia. So we're going to be using a tablespoon of honey. If you want, you can use stevia instead. Then it'll bring the carb count a little bit down. So 1 tablespoon of honey. Get that in there. Okay. Baking powder, somewhat optional, but we're going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon. Cinnamon, we're also going to be using 1/4 of a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more. And then the blueberries, we're actually going to be adding these in after we put the ingredients into the baking pan. So the next thing we need to do is mix all the ingredients together. Since we're not using a lot of coconut milk, we are going to have to add some water to this. So let's come on over to the sink here, and we're going to add about 4 tablespoons, maybe a little bit less. Let's say 3 tablespoons of water. Okay. Make it So as a rule of thumb, when you're adding that water, you always want to make sure that you're getting a good consistency. So don't add too much water right off the bat. Add a little bit at a time. You can always add more, but you can't add less. Okay, so that's kind of like what we're looking for there. So that kind of consistency. So 4 tablespoons of water seems to do the trick there. The next thing we're gonna do, guys, is spray our coconut oil in there. Now, I'm not counting this coconut oil in the macros. There is obviously going to be some fat in it depending on how much you use. Okay, you want to fill up those muffin containers about halfway. More than that and it just becomes a mess. Can't waste any, guys. That's actually really good. You know what? You almost don't even need to make the muffins. You could just eat it like this. It's tasty. Okay. So it's off season for me, so I can't miss any macros. You gotta make sure you get every little bit. All right, now we've got the muffin batter in there. We're gonna take our blueberries and we're just gonna put them in, just like that. So we've got 100 grams of blueberries total here for this recipe. And I feel like that's the perfect amount to make these muffins juicy. Okay, so like I was saying now, guys, we've got that salt. And all we're gonna do now is just take a little pinch of that salt and just right on top. Like I said, it's optional, but I do think that it adds just a little bit of extra flavor to them. And then now we're ready to put them in the oven. So we've got our oven at 350. We're gonna put these in there for 12 minutes and then we're gonna check them. All right, so let's go in there. Now I'm gonna check our watches and we'll see you guys in 12 minutes. Barely wait for these. Let's check on them right now. Oh yeah. Those are looking pretty aesthetic. Now let's see how they're looking. Yep, perfect. Guys, here's the muffins. Time to add the little finishing touches. A little bit of salt, a little bit of Pro HD. Now we're talking. All right, guys, so that's the ultimate protein muffin recipe right there. Awesome recipe if you want to get lean. Really good as a pre-workout meal in the off season as well. Let's bite into one of these bad boys. There we go. 10 out of 10, highly recommended. Now, guys, hold on, give me another bite of that. All right. If you guys like this video and you want to see more recipes like this, drop a comment below. Let me know if you use this recipe and how you like it. We're gonna be making more cooking videos in the big kitchen. Now, if you want to get yourself some OG Foods cream of rice, if you want to get yourself some HG muscle supplements, you can use my code STRAND. You can get a discount, save some money, get the best supplements around, the best cream of rice around. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time in the big kitchen.